Okay guys, Hornot 606 here again, bringing you another toy from the collection. This time I'm bringing you the Figuarts standard WarGreymon amplified. Hopefully I've said that correctly. Very long title. I've wanted a Digimon figure in my collection for quite some time, and I finally managed to get my hands on one that I actually really like. There are a number of them. I've never really had a representation of a Digimon in my collection. I'm a big fan of Digimon. I've loved the Adventure 1 Series 2, didn't really like Series 3, loved 4, and after that it's just kind of a blur. I know there was Try, didn't really like that as much, and I haven't watched the last film. So all the stuff related to the Adventure 1 and 2 series. So back to the figure. Obviously this is my first figure representation of a Digimon in my collection, as I've said before. It's a really great figure. It is a model kit and you have to put it together. I would say this is pretty much one of my first model kits that I've ever had to actually put together, and it wasn't that bad. It took me a couple of hours, spread over 2 days, so I did it over the weekend. I bought this about a month ago now. Did it over the weekend, hour on a Saturday, hour on a Sunday, put it together, and I was quite happy with what I had. There are stickers to be applied, which is the only thing I didn't like. They're very small. I had trouble putting some of them on. Some of them will start to peel and they don't look so good, and they stand out like a sore thumb. Once you notice them, you notice that they don't look right, but they're okay. Only a few of the stickers look starting to peel and look a bit weird, but the rest of them look fine. I kind of wish they just had, painted plastic instead of stickers, because I think that just ruins it. Why go through all the effort of this wonderful looking figure and then ruin it by having stickers? So I'm also looking forward to getting the metal Garurumon figure as well. Hopefully I can get my hands on that soon, to go with the WarGreymon. I think those will be the only two Digimon figures that I will ever purchase, unless they come out with more model kits that look awesome. So I am new to the world of building model kits, and I have to say, as I said before, it's not bad. The only thing I've been used to putting together before was either the Bionicle or / Hero Factory sets from Lego. That is the closest I've ever been, and those are quite simple. This is a little bit more complicated, but not too terrible. Lots of small pieces. I have to say there are a lot of sharp pieces as well, so watch out for those. So the amplified in this Figuarts standards is, obviously, if you look at the WarGreymon design from the show, it looked like this, but not quite like this. This is like taking the design and then ramped it up. It's like they've just overdone everything to make it look cooler. From the back shield that opens up, from the claws, the longer, sharper, curvier, and just the way he looks. He just looks way more cooler than what he did in the show, and I really like that. He does photograph really well. You've seen some photos there. There are more photos again on the website, and I think he photographs really well. I think he turned out really well in a lot of my photos, and I think he's just an awesome looking figure. He's a bit fiddly, and he doesn't feel the same as other figures. So I've never really, a proper model kit like this I've never really had before, so it just feels weird when I pick up like a Marvel Legends or an S.H.Figuarts. They feel a bit more solid, a bit more weighty. He feels a bit more, I don't know, a bit more loose. The plastic definitely feels a bit different. Doesn't, I guess in a way, kind of feels cheaper, but I don't know, I'm not an expert in that, but that's how it feels to me. But he looks premium, and as I said, he photographs really well. So a little bit into articulation. The head moves backwards, forwards. There is some rotation there because of the hairpiece. And when you've got the shield / wings on the back, it does hinder the head from moving back. not a major deal. You can always remove the wings off the back. They are designed to be taken off, which is really cool. Arms rotate forwards, backwards. You can move them out. It is hindered by these two shoulder armor pieces though. There are these two kind of like butterfly joints, which is really cool. Double elbows, the hands swivel. There's a bit of movement as well, forwards and backwards and around. There is no real diaphragm joint. It looks like there should be one, but it doesn't do anything. There's a waist joint, rotates all the way around. There is a bit of leaning forwards and backwards, but it's nothing much at all. I guess it's more to do with how the model kit is than its actual functional. Legs can move forwards, but they kind of rotate outwards, and then move backwards a bit as well. There is a double knee joint, hinge on the foot. It does swivel from side to side as well. Not as much as some other figures, but there is I guess just enough range there. The leg part, I would say that if you move it too far, it does tend to pop off, but it can easily pop back on, so it's not that big a deal. Apart from that, that is all there. Oh, the shield part obviously is articulated. It can open up into this lovely kind of wings effect that gives the WarGreymon. Claws also do bend inwards as well. You can do that as well to your desired effect, and they open outwards as well, so that's pretty cool. His neutral just standing pose, he just looks awesome as always. I do find him a bit difficult to pose, especially when he's got his all and everything's on him, like the shield and the claws on. He's a bit fiddly, as I said. That's at least in my experience anyway. The claws can be removed as well as the shield pieces as well, so you don't have to have those on. You can put both claws on one hand. There are two peg holes on each of the kind of arm bands for you to do that if you so wish. I've never really seen WarGreymon do that, but you can do that. A lot of his signature poses, like the Terra Force, you can do that as well. And I guess for me it is a well done figure. It's nicely put together. I think the stickers ruin it a little bit. He does look awesome. I mean, just looking at him now, he looks fantastic. He comes out really well in photographs. He is a bit fiddly to pose, to get into a decent pose. This kind of natural A stance pose is one of the best things that he can actually do. But I like the fact that I finally have a Digimon representation in my collection, and I love it very much. I love it so much that I want to get the metal WarGreymon figure. Hopefully I said that correct, because I think I said it wrong earlier. But yeah, I want the metal WarGreymon figure, because that also looks awesome, and I think the articulation on that is a lot better than what we're getting with the WarGreymon. I think something that hinders the WarGreymon is again the diaphragm and waist thing. They don't really do much at all. I mean, the waist allows it to turn, that's great, but apart from that, there's nothing else here that's worth noting. It looks like something should be there, but it's really just separate parts that have come together as part of the functional design, I guess. Other things to be wary of, I find that some of the pieces do pop off. As I said, the leg pops off if you rotate it too far, but also sometimes find that some of the wing pieces, like these yellow parts around the wings, at least on mine, every now and again, for whatever reason, they just pop off, which is kind of annoying. But apart from that, it's a pretty awesome figure. It is well worth the money. One of the better things from the Digimon figure franchise. But that's all I've got to say on that. So it looks good. If you are creative, I guess you can get some really decent poses from it. I struggle a little bit, but I have taken a lot of photos with this. I don't like the stickers. I kind of wish it was painted plastic. And just before I go, here are a few comparisons. So here is WarGreymon next to Marvel Legends Greyhawk. You can see the size difference here. WarGreymon's a bit smaller, well, quite a bit smaller than the Greyhawk. Kind of wish WarGreymon was a bit bigger, but he's not. But it's okay, it's a good chunky size. and he is bigger than some other characters as well. As I mentioned earlier, one of the other figures that I've built in the past were these Lego Bionicle figures. This guy is actually from, can't remember his name, but he's from the Hero Factory series. He was one of the villains. I had a good time putting this together, but he was more simple to put together, whereas a WarGreymon is a lot more complicated. Apart from that, I haven't got much else to say, so thank you for watching the video. If you did find parts of the video a bit weird, I do record the audio separate from the footage, so I kind of grab the figure, fumble about with the figure while I'm recording, and then the actual footage I record separate, and it's just a bit of footage to go along with what I'm saying in a kind of weird way. Apart from that, hopefully I've said some of the names correctly and haven't really made too many mistakes with the naming. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.